Welcome back to Michael Barry's Hands of Reiki. My name is Michael Barry. Peace to you. I love you. The topic is nutrition and Reiki. This time I actually did a little bit of planning for it, so I'm not just speaking off the cuff like I do in most of my videos where I just hit record and start blathering. Just want to talk about the importance of Reiki nutrition. Ever since I myself got into Reiki, I've been trying to find ways that I can increase the healing energy that is coming through me in order to help people more on their healing journey. The Reiki practitioner is the vessel. The energy flows through the practitioner and into the client and allows the client, brings more positive energy in and helps the client's body to begin to heal itself. And there are many things that can affect how well this energy flows. One of them is nutrition, and that's what I'm going to focus on right now. How we eat can affect the flow of Reiki and pretty much affect everything in our body. There's an article about Reiki nutrition that I read long ago on a website called Reiki.org, and it stuck in my mind. It helped me to make the decisions that I've made with my nutrition and my health. And so here's some information from that article. Okay, Reiki and Nutrition by Laura Sauer Ziemba. Food is spirit. It is obvious that there is a link between the quality of food we choose and its effects on our bodies, minds, and spirits. Growing food, preparing food, and eating food can all be spiritual practices. Now, when I'm working, I have a garden every summer, and when I'm out working in the garden, I make sure that before I plant my seeds, I'm sending Reiki energy into the seeds. If you're not a Reiki practitioner, you can just hold the seeds, if you believe in such, hold the seeds and put in positive intentions and imagine that there's white light surrounding your hands and going into the seeds, and that the seeds are going into be very high quality seeds at that point. That's what I do. I just send Reiki energy into the seeds, and then once I plant the seeds, I send Reiki energy into the ground, into the earth around where I've planted them in order to help the seeds to grow better. So healthy food keeps your body free of toxins and raises your vibration, thus providing a more open and harmonious channel for Reiki energy to flow through. Eating healthy food will also have a positive effect on the quality of Reiki energy you are able to channel. In addition, the healthier you are, the less Reiki energy will try to work on you as it flows through you, and so more will end up coming out your hands and going into the client. Being free of toxins allows you to be more sensitive to subtle energy and to be better able to read a client and know where to place your hands. You'll also be more open to spiritual guidance in other areas of your life as well. Obviously, the purpose of being a Reiki practitioner is to improve your health along with helping others do the same. So focusing on a healthy diet for yourself is a natural part of developing your Reiki lifestyle. So after reading that article, I decided to only eat smaller portions of meat. I had already stopped eating red meat altogether, but as time went on, I took and made my portions smaller and smaller until I just decided I wasn't going to eat meat anymore. I had actually taken an interest in vegan. It didn't last very long because I didn't want to be so restrictive, nor did I want to give up eggs. I love eggs. And I think eggs love me. And my daughter Kylie, she loves eggs too. She can have eggs anytime. I did stop eating all meat and seafood while making sure that I ate the food and took supplements to make sure that I got enough protein, vitamin B12, etc. I'm not really one for labels, so whenever I'm asked if I'm vegan or vegetarian or what I'm classified as, I usually just say I choose a plant-based way of eating. According to health.harvard.edu, plant-based eating focuses on foods primarily from plants. This includes not only fruits and vegetables, but also nuts, seeds, oils, whole grains, legumes, and beans. It doesn't mean that you are a vegetarian or vegan and never eat meat or dairy, which I've actually totally stopped eating. Like I said, stopped eating all meat, all seafood. And for the most part, I'll have a little bit of dairy now and then, sometimes a yogurt if I've run out of coconut yogurt, but for the most part, I try to stay as dairy-free as possible. Rather, you are proportionately choosing more of your foods from plant sources. Much nutrition research has examined plant-based eating patterns such as the Mediterranean diet and vegetarian diet. The Mediterranean diet has a foundation of plant-based foods. It also includes fish, poultry, eggs, cheese, and yogurt a few times a week, with meats and sweets less often. The Mediterranean diet has been shown in both large population studies and randomized clinical trials to reduce risk of heart disease, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, certain cancers, specifically colon, breast, and prostate cancer, depression, and in older adults, a decreased risk of frailty, along with better mental and physical function. Vegetarian diets have also been shown to support health, including a lower risk of developing coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and increased longevity. Plant-based diets offer all the necessary protein, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals for optimal health, and are often higher in fiber and phytonutrients. However, some vegans may need to add a supplement, specifically vitamin B12, to ensure they receive all the nutrients required. So I have a vitamin B12 spray. I just spray it underneath my tongue. Which reminds me I'm running low and I better get to the store soon and get some before it runs out. Vegetarian diets come in all lots of shapes and sizes, and you should choose the version that best works for you. Semi-vegetarian or flexitarian includes eggs, dairy foods, and occasionally meat, poultry, fish, and seafood. Pescatarian includes eggs, dairy foods, fish, and seafood, but no meat or poultry. Vegetarian, sometimes referred to as lacto-ovo-vegetarian, includes eggs and dairy foods, but no meat, poultry, fish, or seafood. Vegan includes no animal foods. 8 ways to get started with a plant-based diet. Here are some tips to help you start on a plant-based diet. Eat lots of vegetables. Fill half your plate with vegetables at lunch and dinner. Make sure you include plenty of colors in choosing your vegetables. Enjoy vegetables as a snack with hummus, salsa, and guacamole. Everything goes good with hummus. Number 2 is change the way you think about meat. Have smaller amounts. Use it as a garnish instead of as a centerpiece. Choose good fats. Fats in olive oil, olives, nuts, and nut butters, seeds, and avocados are particularly healthy choices. Number 4, cook a vegetarian meal at least one night a week. Build these meals around beans, whole grains, and vegetables. Include whole grains for breakfast. Start with oatmeal, quinoa, buckwheat, or barley. Then add some nuts or seeds along with fresh fruit. Go for greens is number 6. Try a variety of green leafy vegetables such as kale, collards, Swiss chard, spinach, and other greens each day. Steam, grill, braise, or stir fry to preserve their flavor and nutrients. Build a meal around a salad is number 7. Fill a bowl with salad greens such as romaine, spinach, Bibb, or red leafy greens. Add an assortment of other vegetables along with fresh herbs, beans, peas, or tofu. Number 8, eat fruit for dessert. A ripe, juicy peach, a refreshing slice of watermelon, or a crisp apple will help satisfy your cravings for a sweet bite after a meal. So yeah, and then there's another form of eating which a year ago I had heard about, Ayurveda, which, like I said, I heard about about a year ago. I took an online quiz to find out what my dosha was, and found out back then that my dosha was Pitta, Pitta. Doshas are, according to Chopra.com, there are 3 energies that define every person's makeup. Knowing your dosha can help you live a healthier, more balanced life. In Ayurveda, the 5 elements that are found in all living things, ether, air, fire, water, and earth, are the building blocks of life. While this foundation unites all humans, the manifestation of those elements through the doshas is what gives rise to our different constitutions. How the 3 doshas appear and in what proportion is what makes each of us unique. The 3 doshas, the fiery and intense Pitta type, may enjoy the occasional power trip. She will devour a mountain of food, and he or she will devour a mountain of food with ravenous hunger, and yet be ready to eat again when it comes to the next meal. In contrast, the delicate Vata, which is spelled Vata, can never seem to get warm. He or she will still nibble, snack, and graze his or her way through the day. They may feel the need to rest often, also inclined to talk about a number of diverse subjects, probably repeating herself or himself more than once. And strangely, I found myself to be, the most recent quiz that I took was Vata Pitta. And then there's the contented Kapha type, which may, with great deliberation, consume 3 pieces of cake. And they will spend quality time curled up on a couch, making phone calls to loved ones with uplifting advice. The role the doshas play is a dynamic one, constantly changing in response to weather conditions and stress. Your tendencies, good or bad, that you create are manifestations of your dosha. You may be inclined to go a bit overboard on ice cream, spend too much time talking on the phone late at night, or neglect sleep when you need it most. Which, yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing a video. Very smart. Anyway, it took me a while to put this together, plus I had a whole bunch of other stuff on the go. So, yeah, here I am late at night before I go to bed making this video. Almost done. Your habits can influence your makeup in positive or negative ways. What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda means the science or knowledge of life. It is a system of health and wellness developed in ancient India that matches diet, lifestyle, and herbs to the individual, using biocharacteristics to improve health and wellness and harmonize one's body. It is a study of how lifestyle patterns and habit contribute to the health, wellness, and disease process. There is tons of information on Ayurveda out there, and it would take a very long video just to go through all of them. So I'll just give a friendly plug. There is somebody out there locally that has gone off and studied gone off to Costa Rica and studied Ayurveda and yoga to add to her nutrition coaching. So I would recommend, if you want to find out more about Ayurvedic or any type of changes in your diet, contact Well-Fed Nutrition and Well-Fed Health and Nutrition Coaching. So again, if I was doing this in the morning, I'd be able to speak properly. With Alexandra Lucier, RHNP, Holistic Health and Nutrition Coaching. Holistic Health and Nutrition Coaching featuring customized meal plans, recipes, health tips, exercise and lifestyle recommendations, and Ayurvedic health consultations by a registered holistic nutritionist. So you can find her on Facebook, Well-Fed Health and Nutrition Coaching, or on wellfednutrition.ca, which I will put in the subject down here. And that's all I have this evening on nutrition and Reiki and nutrition. So make sure you get a lot of really good nutrition going, because we are in the cold and flu season, so now is the time to step it up quite a few notches. And probably a good idea without all the scary little vids out there and variants and everything else that are floating around in the air. All right. Thank you for listening, and have yourself a great week and happy healing. Much love.